Sam, first win of the season in the league, must be really pleasing.
Yeah, very pleased. You know, delighted for the boys. We saw a side of the boys that we haven't seen so far this season. The most pleasing thing that, you know, in times of adversity and the setbacks that we've had over the last, 6 weeks, not at the start of the season, that anybody would have liked. We understood that, but we've had clear messages since Tuesday night, and the most pleasing thing that the boys have taken those messages on board. We asked them to fight, and it's quite easily a case where in times of adversity where boys possibly might play in nerves, might down tools, some of them, but they've all backed myself and my staff to a T, and that is the most pleasing thing for me. So we look towards Tuesday now, but we're going to enjoy this. Clean sheet, very pleasing, and I thought we was dominant today, so yeah, very pleasing.
You just took the words out of my mouth. From minute one, it was dominant, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it was, and we went to a more mid-block today, but I thought the organisation was spot on. Defensively, I thought we looked solid. I don't think we gave them many chances. We tried to force them wide, and when they put deliveries into our box, I thought we was dominant. I think praise must go to those back players, but I thought we defended well as an 11, from 1 to 11, from Riley all the way out to Parks. I thought everybody ran their socks off today, and again, that's very pleasing to see.
Yeah. What's more pleasing, 3 goals or a clean sheet?
Both as pleasing. Both as pleasing. That's something that we've been big on is starting to get more clean sheets, working on a defensive organisation, keeping that line, keeping strong, not allowing them opposition to play through us, and I thought we did that to a T today. I thought Jalen Cardo and Cole Kapekwa, I thought they were fantastic in organising, putting Andre Burley and Coyley together. Andre Burley's had a tough time over this last couple of weeks, alongside Josh Parker, with a bereavement, but I thought they run their absolute socks off today, and with Zach McEachran and Potts behind them, Fleety and Ash, I thought fantastic to a man. And again, Riley, that's 2 clean sheets in 4 games for him, for a young man to be as dominant as he has been. His kicking was excellent, so we don't get too high. We look towards Tuesday now, but the most important thing is when things weren't going right, we don't get too low either. We stick to what we believe in, and we look forward, but we don't change who we are, and we're confident in the boys and we trust them.
How important is it to use this result as the catalyst now? We've set a benchmark, and after today's performance, don't mind me saying, it's a pretty high one, because we were superb today in my opinion.
Yeah.
But now it's about kicking on from there. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, no, you're spot on, and that was exactly the messages that we emphasised after the game in the team huddle. I think the most important thing is building that team spirit, and that's probably something that it doesn't come overnight. It's built, and that comes by sticking together through times of hardship and adversity, when things aren't going so smooth. Who are the ones that are going to galvanise the group? We spoke about that in the last interview on Tuesday, where I was quite emotional, but I think we saw that in abundance. I think we've tweaked the last 2 days of training, so Thursday and Friday looked a lot different. Thursday was a lot more competitive, defending areas, bodies on the line, and they applied themselves fantastically. And Friday was short and sharp, but we had an external psychologist come in to do a bit of work, and we also went on the Oxford University course, which I think brought the boys together as well, which was fantastic for the group. So yeah, like you say, we don't get too high when we're on top and we win games. We don't get too low when we lose games. What we must do is stick to our principles, keep believing in what we do, and like you say, we set a benchmark now. We can't go below that.
You mentioned togetherness. There seems to be a really special connection between these players, and stuff that you don't really notice unless you pick up on it. But like, everyone had each other's backs today, clearing it. They're giving everyone, everyone's patting everyone on the back, saying, well done, that sort of thing. You mentioned it there. There's something sort of special in that, isn't there? We've got the core boys and the lads that have been added, and slowly that will come over time, won't it?
Yeah, for sure. And we were very fortunate that we inherited a group of players that have been here for a long time. They know the DNA of this football club. They've had success at this football club, albeit last season. Obviously there was disappointment in relegation, but it takes time to create that special bond, that camaraderie, that spirit. And probably since Tuesday night we have seen a reaction I think people know the magnitude of, you know, the result that we needed today as a staff, as a collective. But certainly, you know, in training on Thursday and Friday, the boys are together. I know that, and I said that before the game. I said you're an honest group. The results have not been through lack of effort. We've been unfortunate in a lot of those games, but they are honest. They want to do well for this football club. You know, they want to fight. We're not where we want to be. We understand that. But you know, it's those small wins that are celebrated on the pitch, making blocks on the line, putting bodies on the line, winning headers at the far post. You know, reactions from our set pieces, not getting countered. And like you say, I think there was that spirit today, and that was the message before the game. Let's celebrate the small wins and let's get a reaction out of us, which we did.
We'll celebrate small wins as in terms of today, but we won't have long to celebrate because on Tuesday we're right back at it at Leamington. Another win has got to be on the agenda, shall we?
Yeah, we know where we are. We know where we are. We're not where we want to be, and we know Leamington's going to be tough. Again, I emphasise the difficulty of this level, National League North. Every game is a difficult game. Every game is a challenge, and I think probably people outside of not knowing what the North is about probably won't get it until you're actually part of it. And we know how tough this league is. And Leamington, they're unbeaten in 4. But what we are is we're now resolute. We're fighting. I know the boys have got our backs, and that's all that we can ask for. And we know we've got talented players in and out of possession. We've got to keep bringing that to the table. And we want to fight, and we want to get to where we want to be. And that's looking down at the table rather than looking up. So we go again, and we look forward to Tuesday.
Sam, well done. Thanks very much for your time.
Thank you. Cheers, Gabe.